Hello and welcome to this video about one of the most renowned scientists in history, Albert Einstein. Born in Germany in 1879, Einstein was a physicist and mathematician who is best known for his theory of relativity and his famous equation, E equals mc squared. In this video, we will take a closer look at his life, achievements, and notable events. Early life. Einstein was born in Ulm, Germany, and his family moved to Munich when he was a year old. As a child, he showed an early interest in science and math and excelled in those subjects. However, he struggled with language and was slow to learn to speak. At the age of 15, he left school without graduating and moved to Switzerland, where he attended the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology in Zurich. Academic achievements. In 1905, Einstein published a series of papers that revolutionized the field of physics. These papers introduced his theory of relativity, which explained the relationship between space and time and laid the foundation for modern physics. He also introduced the concept of mass-energy equivalence, which is represented by the famous equation E equals mc squared. In 1915, Einstein completed his theory of general relativity, which expanded on his earlier work and explained the relationship between gravity and the curvature of spacetime. This theory was confirmed by a solar eclipse in 1919, which provided the first experimental evidence for general relativity. Nobel Prize. In 1921, Einstein was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics for his work on theoretical physics. However, the award was not specifically for his work on relativity, but for his explanation of the photoelectric effect, which describes how electrons are ejected from atoms when they absorb light. Opposition to Nazism. In the 1930s, Einstein became increasingly concerned about the rise of Nazi Germany and its treatment of Jews. He emigrated to the United States in 1933, where he became a professor at Princeton University. He also became an outspoken critic of fascism and racism and supported civil rights and international disarmament. Final years. Einstein continued to work on physics until his death in 1955 at the age of 76. In his later years, he focused on developing a unified theory of physics that would combine general relativity and quantum mechanics. Although he was not successful in this endeavor, his work continues to inspire physicists today. Albert Einstein was one of the greatest scientists of the 20th century, whose work transformed our understanding of the universe. His theory of relativity and his famous equation, E equals mc squared, are among the most important scientific discoveries in history. Einstein's life and work also serve as a reminder of the importance of intellectual freedom, scientific inquiry, and human rights. Here are some interesting facts about Albert Einstein that you may not have known. 1. Einstein was a talented musician and played the violin throughout his life. 1. He once said that if he hadn't become a physicist, he would have been a musician. 2. Despite being known for his genius intellect, Einstein struggled in school as a child and was even considered a slow learner. 2. He reportedly had difficulty with language and reading until he was 9 years old. 3. Einstein had a lifelong love of sailing and often took to the water to relax and think. 3. He once said, "The sea has a calming effect on me, like a tranquilizer." 4. Einstein was a lifelong pacifist and opposed both World War I and II. 4. He believed that war was a product of human folly and that only through international cooperation could lasting peace be achieved. 5. Einstein was offered the presidency of Israel in 1952 but declined the offer, stating that he did not have the necessary experience or qualifications for the role. 6. Einstein was a smoker and reportedly smoked heavily throughout his life, despite knowing the dangers of smoking. 7. Einstein's brain was preserved after his death and studied by scientists for decades in an attempt to understand the unique structure and functioning of his brain. One controversial fact about Albert Einstein is his role in the development of the atomic bomb during World War II. Einstein was a pacifist and opposed war, but he also recognized the potential of nuclear energy and the possibility of using it to create a devastating weapon. In 1939, Einstein wrote a letter to President Roosevelt, warning him of the potential military applications of nuclear fission and urging him to start a research program to develop atomic weapons before the Germans did. This letter led to the establishment of the Manhattan Project, a top-secret program to develop the atomic bomb. Einstein did not work on the project directly, but his theoretical work on the relationship between matter and energy helped pave the way for the development of the atomic bomb. After the war, Einstein expressed regret for his role in the project, stating that he had not foreseen the full consequences of the weapon's use and that he wished he had never written the letter to Roosevelt. Some critics have argued that Einstein bears some responsibility for the devastation wrought by the atomic bomb and that he should have taken a stronger stand against its development and use. Others point out that Einstein's work on the atomic bomb was just one aspect of his complex legacy and that his contributions to science and human rights far outweigh his involvement in the project. Overall, the controversy surrounding Einstein's involvement in the development of the atomic bomb underscores the complex and sometimes contradictory nature of his life and work. Einstein was a brilliant thinker and a passionate advocate for peace and social justice, but he was also a human being with flaws and limitations. The debate over his legacy continues to this day, with some seeing him as a hero and others as a flawed figure whose mistakes should not be overlooked. Throughout his life, Einstein made significant contributions to the fields of physics, mathematics, and philosophy, and his legacy continues to influence scientific and philosophical thought today. In addition to his scientific work, Einstein was also known for his activism and advocacy on issues related to human rights, peace, and disarmament. He was a pacifist and supported international cooperation, even proposing the creation of a world government to prevent war and promote peace. Einstein was also a prolific writer and thinker, and his works on philosophy, ethics, and politics continue to inspire scholars and thinkers around the world. Some of his most notable works include The World as I See It, Out of My Later Years, and Ideas and Opinions. Despite his enormous contributions to science and philosophy, Einstein remained humble and modest throughout his life. He once remarked, "I have no special talent, I am only passionately curious." This curiosity and thirst for knowledge were at the heart of his scientific and philosophical pursuits, and they continue to inspire people around the world today. Albert Einstein was a remarkable figure who left an indelible mark on the world through his scientific discoveries, philosophical insights, and advocacy for human rights and peace. His life and work continue to inspire generations of scientists, thinkers, and activists, and his legacy will endure for centuries to come. Today, Einstein's name is synonymous with intelligence and creativity, and his iconic image is recognized around the world. His work has influenced numerous scientific disciplines, including physics, astronomy, and cosmology, and continues to inspire new avenues of research and inquiry. In addition to his theoretical work, Einstein also played an instrumental role in the development of nuclear technology. He warned of the dangers of nuclear weapons and advocated for the peaceful use of atomic energy, which ultimately led to the establishment of the International Atomic Energy Agency. Einstein's contributions to science and philosophy have been recognized with numerous awards and honors, including the Nobel Prize in Physics, which he received in 1921. He also received the Copley Medal from the Royal Society in London and the Franklin Medal from the Franklin Institute in Philadelphia. Today, Einstein's legacy is celebrated around the world through a variety of initiatives and programs. The Einstein Foundation, established in 2012, is dedicated to promoting research and innovation in the fields of physics, mathematics, and philosophy, and hosts the annual Einstein Lecture Series. In addition, the Einstein Papers Project is an ongoing effort to digitize and publish Einstein's complete works, including his scientific papers, personal correspondence, and other writings. This project provides researchers and scholars with unprecedented access to Einstein's work and allows for new insights into his life and contributions. Albert Einstein was a true visionary whose work has transformed our understanding of the universe and continues to inspire scientific and philosophical inquiry today. His contributions to science, philosophy, and human rights will endure for generations to come, and his legacy will continue to shape the course of human history. Einstein's legacy is also reflected in popular culture, with his iconic image and work referenced in literature, films, and television shows. His theory of relativity has been used as a plot device in science fiction stories, and his image has become a symbol of genius and creativity. Despite his enormous contributions to science and philosophy, Einstein remained humble and grounded throughout his life. He believed in the power of human curiosity and the importance of continued learning and exploration. Einstein once remarked, "The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science." This quote captures the essence of Einstein's spirit and his unrelenting pursuit of knowledge and understanding. In many ways, Einstein embodied the ideals of the Enlightenment, with his emphasis on reason, empirical observation, and the pursuit of knowledge for its own sake. He was a true Renaissance man, with a deep appreciation for the arts, literature, and music, as well as science and philosophy. Albert Einstein was one of the most influential thinkers of the 20th century, whose work has transformed our understanding of the universe and continues to inspire scientific and philosophical inquiry today. His contributions to science, philosophy, and human rights will endure for generations to come, and his legacy will continue to shape the course of human history. Einstein's influence extends beyond his groundbreaking scientific discoveries and philosophical insights. He was a true advocate for social justice and human rights, and his activism inspired many others to fight for a more just and equitable world. In the early 1930s, Einstein was deeply troubled by the rise of fascism in Germany and the persecution of Jews and other minority groups. He spoke out against these injustices and eventually fled Germany to avoid persecution himself. Throughout his life, Einstein continued to speak out against oppression and discrimination, advocating for civil rights, peace, and disarmament. He was a member of the NAACP and supported the civil rights movement in the United States, as well as the campaign for nuclear disarmament. Einstein's commitment to social justice and human rights has inspired generations of activists and advocates, and his legacy continues to shape contemporary struggles for equality and justice around the world. Albert Einstein was not only a brilliant scientist and philosopher but also a passionate advocate for social justice and human rights. His legacy continues to inspire and motivate people around the world to fight for a more just and equitable world, and his ideas and insights will continue to shape the course of human history for generations to come.